So hello everyone. Well, my name is, as you saw it, Paulinus Magnus. Yeah, I know I couldn't come with a better name, but let's just leave it alone. It's the beginnings. Maybe I will change it later on. So anyway, this is my first YouTube video, and I'm a fan of CK3, and I really like this roleplay, the roleplay playthroughs and streams, and I just realized that I was quite good at it. And so I wanted to make quite a different one, because I realized that all of the YouTubers that usually do it, they're centered upon Europe and the Northerners, so the Norse. Also because the main DLC that Paradox did in only 2 years, in all these 2 years, was just about the Norse, so it was a flavor pack, the Northern Lords. And well, I just wanted to... This is quite ironic because the first character I'm gonna play is Haesteinn. Yeah, he's quite a fan favorite, but I don't have the intention of playing with him here in Europe. Instead, I want to take our Viking here in the richest and most developed region in the whole CK3 game, Southern India. And my objective is to conquer the whole of India by the end date and create the Indo-Norse culture. Now, many people on the Paradox forums, they don't know how this is possible to go from Montague here in southern France all the way to India. Well, all you need to do is island hopping, just like the US in World War II. And well, let's just start it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. And yes, Iron Man. Now this is I'm using the Rice mod as well as 38 other mods. So yeah, I have a whole mod list that it has pretty good mods, honestly. It's mainly structured around the mod list of a famous CK3 YouTuber called OPB, I think. And yeah, you guys should check it out. They're all compatible with each other. Just go on the workshop collections, you type OPB Ultimate Immersion Mod, and you can have access to it. In fact, I will just link it in the video. Yeah, sounds good. Now, the first thing you're gonna do with Haesteinn, now the AI already gave us the perfect focus tree, so what we wanted is for him to have the Peacemaker trait directly. And yes, we will just follow maybe the martial so that you could have a greater control growth. Now, the really roleplay aspect of the game will start maybe with Haesteinn's son, because we need to secure the whole thing with Haesteinn himself, and he's quite old. Although he can survive up to 80, 85. The only things that we're gonna do with him is conquer. That's why this video will be much shorter than the future ones. Yeah. So the first thing to do is to conquer Salerno here. Salerno, as the Langobardo of the time used to pronounce it. Good. So you just declare war. However, I didn't realize I was too far away. Maybe it's because I changed. So let's just try Napoli. Yeah, it's within range. You don't do the Varangian adventure. You just conquer it, because the objective is to do island hopping. So that's the first one. You conquer Napoli. It's gonna be so easy with Haesteinn. Look, he has an amazing prowess, amazing military skills. He will just do it easily. Plus, he has the special soldiers, like 3,000. He has them. Yeah, this is gonna be easy. In fact, I'm gonna unpause and put the maximum speed, because we don't really care about the Haesteinn conquering Naples, which he will eventually abandon when he will do the Varangian conquest, Varangian adventure. So here, easy win. We even captured him. Good. Now, I don't want to take many concubines. Now, this is kind of a role play I could do, because I imagine Haesteinn being a lustful guy wanting to have all the French chicks, but this is gonna screw up our succession, which is kind of bad because right now the guy is 52. Well, you know what? We want to fit characters, so let's just take Adele. Yeah, she looking sexy as a concubine, and let's see how it goes. I hope she doesn't have a lot of children though. Now, directly after conquering Naples, the next thing you should do is take Khandak, which is here, which is owned by the Hafsid. Now, a little history time here. The Hafsids were Berbers, so northern Africans that used to live in Al-Andalus. So this man, the ancestor, used to live in Al-Andalus, and they ended up conquering the island of Crete from the Byzantine Empire. I think, I'm not really sure about the fact checking here, maybe after a video we'll just check it. And they ended up establishing a very flourishing center here. Now, something that wasn't really showed is that they kind of developed their own little culture. Something that the YouTuber OPB did is that he manually created a culture just for them. He even called it Ikriti, which means Cretan in Arabic. Yeah, that's smart. And well, he gave them the ability to raid, which is something they actually did in real life, and they used to terrorize people here in Greece, modern day Greece and Western Anatolia. They used to be really a pain in the ass of the Byzantine Empire, honestly, of the Eastern Roman Empire. And the Byzantines took quite a lot of time to be able to challenge them and then eventually reconquer the city. Now that's something else, but of course our little Haesteinn will be able to conquer the capital as if it's nobody's business. Good. So Khandak, here we go. Now of course I'm not gonna start from Montague, I'm not mad. So it's gonna be an easy win. Like with Haesteinn, the thing is, he was built just different. He was built in a way that sorry. I don't know what just happened right now. Maybe it's the way I was sitting. Now, he was built in a way where you can go with him in Western Africa, you can take him back to the Norse homeland, you can take him even to Mongolia, and maybe that's a good idea that I had. Maybe in a future playthrough, I will create the Mongolian Empire with Haesteinn. Fucking Haesteinn. Now, today, yeah, we're focusing on India. So, let's quickly conquer Khandak. It's gonna be another easy win. Good. Conquered it. Just imagine Haesteinn having a little party with the Greek chicks he got here. Honestly, in real life, he would have had a lot of Greek concubines by now. He conquered Naples and he conquered this city in Greece. Yeah, he would have had a lot of Greek chicks in his harem, in his Norse harem. Now, it's a bad idea to conquer here because look at how many troops they have. So let's just conquer here. It's much easier. I think, yeah, it is within diplomatic range. So let's just invade it again. Not Varangian conquest, not Varangian adventure. Just hop to that place, which is in modern day Sudan. It's called Suakin. Now, what you will do after that is do an actual Varangian adventure in Oman. You choose, but usually I think with Royal Court the diplomatic range changed. So what you will actually have to do is think smart here. Maybe just conquer, yeah, I will just conquer Dhofar here. And then I will have to conquer Sonda. from the Habari dynasty in Sindh. And then I will be in diplomatic range to do a Varangian adventure here in Pandia to establish the mighty Indo-Norse Empire. Just imagine how they will look. Like you just have an Indian guy with blonde hair, or you will have a random looking guy, Indian one, saying, "Oh, Maharaja Ragnar." Just imagine it. Okay, so we just conquered this Amir Musa of Suakin. So at the time, the Bedouins already started migrating a little bit towards northern Sudan. As you can see, this region is Bedouin. And today, mostly this whole region here in northern Sudan, it's Badawi. Here, southern Egypt and northern Sudan, it's Badawi today. So it's quite... our little Viking guy will really confuse them. Like, imagine just being a Bedouin tribal member. You followed your leader from maybe the middle of this desert and just came here to Sudan, and you just see a random longship with blonde, blue-eyed, tall men that pray to Odin just come out of nowhere, conquer you, but then in order to just abandon you and everything will come back to normal just maybe 1 year later, because I will do the fucking Varangian adventure. Anyway, now you will notice that the amount of time it takes for the troops to gather right now will become much bigger, because, well, imagine you're gathering troops from France, from southern Italy, Naples, from this half of Crete. It's gonna be pretty complicated, and that's really just not historically accurate at all. Nah, it's not. So we just conquer it easily. Haesteinn is just easy peasy until you reach there. Something weird with Haesteinn is that most of my playthroughs I did crazy stuff with Haesteinn. Most of the time, he will just die a little bit after, and I will be forced to continue playing with his son, which is kind of immersion breaking, because Haesteinn is he's just hated by everyone. If you guys heard the weird door noise, it was my mom. I'm not living at my mom's house. No, I'm not a loser. That's just because I'm 16. Oh, I forgot to activate war alerts. Now I have a mod that lets you activate war alert. I even forgot. I was so immersed into this whole playthrough that I forgot to do some basic things. Of course I will dedicate to Ulra. I want to conquer. I want to beat the shit out of Indians. My son Anier was captured? When did that happen? Ah, you know what? You got plenty of money. But, dude, come on. Oh yeah, it's also because I have a mod on called Raider Kings that lets every single person, every single landed character raid. Yeah, that's a cool mod because that's just historically accurate. That's what used to happen. I don't even know why Paradox just decided to give this chance of raiding to just Norse and tribal governments, even though for example Northern Africans, although in CK2 Berbers were able to raid, here they're just not able, while the Barbary Corsairs were a very huge deal. Like they used, I remember reading in his story, when they stacked Florence, they killed every single male inhabitant of the city, and they came back with all of the women as sex slaves, and that was maybe 1 million people, so they were able to get around 500,000 sex slaves that were just distributed back home. They were sold back home. I guess it's history. This is a chapter of history that usually Italians and Western Europeans do not really know, because maybe they don't have the willingness to remember it. It's so far away. There's this narrative that it's only maybe black people that were enslaved. Do not think I'm racist. No, I'm black. I have the N-word pass the day I was born. I have it in my blood. I have it in my blood. Now, there is something I saw another CK3 streamer do, and with Haesteinn he went to Western Africa and he raised in runestone here because he had to do a Varangian adventure in Marrakesh. Now what he did is that he left a runestone in Marrakech, and I'm gonna do it for the same reason as he did it, just to confuse the shit out of future historians. Now that I have this region, I will just easy peasy conquer Dhufar, which is pretty easy to conquer. It's just less than 500 troops, which again is just historically inaccurate. The only problem I have with this game is just perfect if you have all the mods, but the only problem I have with this is the numbers of the army. I know maybe it's better to limit it, but maybe they could make those numbers exponentially higher, but still make it. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about modding. I don't know how it works, but I think there is a way of making so that maybe 50,000 troops make the same impact as 2,500, just because they will meet with other 50,000. Like for example, this time period, the Abbasid Empire had 400,000 men, and the Eastern Roman Empire had 450,000. Look here, they just have 6,000 and 3,200. That's extremely historically inaccurate. You can't have these massive, amazing wars. I know some of us run CK3 on fucking potato chips, but come on. Including my... Oh, no. Now, I know it's a lot of things since the first day, but I'm not actually playing this on a fixed computer. It's just a laptop. It's quite good actually, but maybe in the future, if I get money, although I swore a lot, so maybe I will not be able to get monetized anytime soon. Also because I don't have any subscribers. Yeah, that's sad. But of course, the algorithm is gonna work for my sake, and many people are going to be attracted here because I will put very... Yeah, it's just nudging. You know what we study it in economics. Just nudging. I will just put attractive titles like here CK3, and you already saw what the title of the video was. It's probably what you clicked for, and I'm gonna work on a nice thumbnail. Yeah, because I did not plan anything. I don't even plan an intro. I'm just gonna release, just like you saw, I released this without an intro because I don't give a fuck. I don't know why people just write intros. I don't think people like intros. They just want to look at this material that you advertised. Why are there intros? I know the intros are for advertisement and stuff, but now I don't have even a single like insect following me right now. I don't need an intro. Maybe in the future. I don't think I will monetize it, because monetizing it is basically just turning yourself into a snowflake. But I want to be able to say stuff like shit and really fuel my playthroughs. Don't want to just sugarcoat everything just because I want to get money. I want to have fun. I want to have fun. Nah, I could raise another runestone to maybe tell future historians how the voyage actually went. Maybe in the future when they will find evidence of maybe if we make it powerful enough, today you will have I don't know any traditional dishes from Norway of Sweden. Unfortunately, I think of myself as quite knowledgeable, but there's so many things out there that I don't know anything about. I don't know what people eat here. maybe I can think of something Germanic here and maybe related to this, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. But I just imagine a mix between biryani rice and a nice northerner flavor to it. Just imagine. If you guys know any northern dishes, just tell me. Well, I will Google it eventually after this video. And in future videos, I will really speak a lot about historical facts. I will make it quite enjoyable to me first. Then after that, I hope you will subscribe, because that's maybe something that will give me a motivation to continue. I don't really want to monetize this whole channel, because it will become like a work. I don't want to work. I just want to enjoy myself and let other people that like just sitting back with popcorn watching playthroughs just go through this adventure with me. It's quite nice. No, I do have friends. I do have friends. Don't have a girlfriend though. That was quite expected from someone who plays CK3. Okay, enough with the talking. Let's meet our greatest enemy for now. Oh no, I said that I will raise a runestone before, just to confuse the shit out of historians. Yeah, Arif. So what, Dufar? Yeah, Dufar. It's in the middle of the desert. It's in the middle of the fucking desert. Okay. So Donda is now conquered. Why did I say it's now conquered? Well, of course, with our little boy Haesteinn and these thousands of northerners, we're gonna win, but it's not guaranteed that this will happen. I'm sorry for everyone that wanted to see some nice low role play with Haesteinn himself, but that's just pretty impossible. It will just be me getting distracted with anything else other than the warfare, because that's the most essential part at the beginning of this playthrough. Like with Haesteinn, you can't really enjoy the character unless you conquer Brittany from the very beginning and then finish this guy, because well, Haesteinn is quite old. He's amazing, but all of his traits are basically just to conquer, and that's it, and pave the way to a future amazing playthrough where you could do some amazing stuff like bringing Vikings all the way to southern India. I could have also decided to stick in Pakistan, yeah, because Sindh today is Pakistan, but at the time it was. Now today, I can't remember the name of the city, but it is one of the. There is one city just down here on the coast, which is, I think it's Karachi. I don't remember. It's one of the most populated and most technologically advanced cities in the world, I think. It's down here in Pakistan, but at the time I don't think it was as developed. Yeah, it was quite developed, but not as much as this. Look at this, it's all golden down here. That's what I aim for. Man, India, do you guys know that India 200 years ago had around 25% of the world's wealth? Like that's amazing. That's amazing, and that's sad at the same time. British people, man. The British Empire just stole everything. British people, man. British. Remember, guys, when you meet a British person, you show them a bottle of water and you ask them what it is, and you ask them to pronounce it really well. You will. It's just worth it, because either they will start getting pissed off, and that's really funny, and they will start swinging at you with their funny accent. or they will just pronounce it, and that's even more, more funny. And later on, you just tell them it's a water bottle. It's a bottle of water. Water. It's really ironic that you need British people today or speak with such a triste accent that they're the one who colonized us, but we are the ones that need to teach them English. Fate of the Visigoths. Ah, yeah. Now they made a whole event out of it. I don't know why before we recorded it. Now, when the Visigoths first migrated into the Iberian Peninsula, they were foreigners in a new and strange land. This changed over many generations as land shaped them as much as they shaped the land itself. Over time, the various communities of Visigoths grew distinct and separate from one another. Despite their shared heritage, these new communities, Castellano, Catala, Occitan, and Andalusi, no longer recognize each other as kin. Okay, now only time will tell the impact that will have on the region. You see this whole thing was Visigothic. Now this is historically inaccurate. Why? Because the most historically accurate term that you could give to the culture of most of the people here when it was all Visigothic is Ibero-Romans. Ibero-Romans. Yeah, that's better, because the Visigoths were similar to the Frankish and the Lombards who came here, conquered, and they were the nobles, but the actual inhabitants were in Visigoths, and they also conquered here in the north. I don't know why there's a freaking African culture here. Look, Romanus and Vandal. Those Vandals were similar to the Visigoths. Just they came, they conquered. They were the nobles, but the other inhabitants of the region weren't. They weren't Visigoths. They didn't even speak the language. Well, it all changed when the amazing, massive Umayyad Caliphate bit the shit out of everyone, and we got an amazing civilization that sprung up in most of the Iberian Peninsula with the Umayyads. The Umayyads, yeah, and everyone knows it by now, Al-Andalus. But Paradox really did not really show exactly how the things function. Like, for example, here, if I clicked on the vassal, I don't think anything changed from the beginning of the game. Here you got an Andalusi. Oh, I should have done it before. But basically, to show you all of these vassals, except this one, at the start of the game, they were Arabs. They were Visigoths. This one was a Visigoth. This one was a Berber, a Visigoth, a Visigoth. This one was an Arab, Arab. This one was a Visigoth, I think an Arab. Now, just to make you understand, this is not exactly how it happened, how it all was, even at the time. What happened is that when the Umayyad Caliphate conquered Spain, the Iberian Peninsula, the southern parts of the regions were quickly kind of colonized. Like, people from Yemen here, so Yemenis, and people from Syria, not Sham, it's Syria only, were moved, well, voluntarily, yeah, basically were moved to the Iberian Peninsula to establish a strong Muslim presence there. And most of them stayed in the south, right? They stayed in the south, which were kind of nice plains and everything. All of these regions down here were just Arabs. And there was just one dynasty who they converted to Islam, and they were Visigoths, and they just stayed there, but they eventually became Muladis. Now I need to explain it in a later video, because I think this is getting pretty lengthy. So basically, the north was mainly in here. That's correct, Amazigh, from their Berbers. The north was mainly given to Berbers, Northern Africans, because it was quite rough and mountainy, and the Arabs got the nice south, and that's basically what happened. And the Andalusian shift in the culture did not exactly, it did happen very quickly, but not exactly at this period of time. There weren't Visigoths anyway at the time. They weren't really Visigoths. It just says Gothicos here. Now, if you wonder why the names are nice, and of course they're actually historically accurate, and how the people of those cultures would have pronounced it, I'm using two mods, and I think either one of the two is the reason for that. So one is rice. So rice, people know it as rice, and the other is more cultural names. Yeah. Now let's go back. We went on a huge tangent here, all back in Spain. Our Haesteinn wants to create the Indo-Norse culture, far away from the problems of Europe, with an Indian-based feudalism. Yeah, it's quite nice that we'll be able to play as feudalist, because it's such a pain to play as tribal. Yes, you have advantages like being able to raid, but when you use mods like the one I use right now, you don't care. This guy can raid, this guy can raid, this guy can raid. Everyone here can raid, even the Roman Empire, because they used to actually do it in real life. I really don't know why Paradox does this kind of stuff. I guess I should be grateful to have this game. Why am I even arguing about Paradox when I'm playing one of their games and I'm paying for it? If I really wanted to make the dream game, I should have made it myself. But of course I don't know how to do it, so I paid it from them. I'm sitting around the map table with Amwigan Marwan. Oh, it's actually funny that I got in my court right now. Even when I will go to India, there will be different people from different cultures. Yeah. Well, although this one is just my vassal. Oh, those two are my vassals, but basically I will actually have people from different cultures, including my nice little French girl. Yeah, I'm getting creepy right now. Should stop. Okay, let's go back. Marwan bangs his fist on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while Marinos sits back and patiently advocates for us to secure critical locations and wait for the enemy to come to us instead. It is my right to decide our ultimate course of action. Now, on a gameplay level, it's actually pretty smart just to choose this, because he has an amazing martial skill. However, I think that Haesteinn, this 9th century Viking, who's military minded and is quite ambitious and greedy, I think he might also be quite brave, but also a little bit arrogant. He might be more inclined towards improving offense, right? Instead of both. He might be right, like, nah, we don't care about the defense. We are Vikings, man. We want to die in order to reach Valhalla. We don't want to defend ourselves. We are born and we were ready to fight from the very beginning. We were born and we chose violence. So yeah, Haesteinn will choose this, focusing on improving offense. So you're right, my Arab buddy. Now this is not a really good decision, but I think we need to do it. This is gonna consume a lot of our brave soldiers, but it's necessary. Yeah, it's gonna win easily. And I don't care about you. You could even die. Honestly, I don't care about you. I respect you as a Viking for your bravery, because you're a strong warrior, but whether you die or not, whether you're wounded or not, in no time right now, we'll just hop from southern Pakistan to southern India and abandon everything behind me. Yeah. Okay, so preparing, increasing control in county progress. preparing for my future takeover of southern India, I really do need to go there. Now, something again, I don't even know why I'm reminding people that I'm not racist. That I'm not racist. But basically, it's actually quite funny that we will go to southern India where the people dwell. The Indians are the darkest skinned, with Norse people. So at the end, maybe if our son marries or has a Tamil concubine, a Tamil concubine, the child's gonna look fucked up. he's gonna have a weird skin color and blonde hair, even though he shouldn't exactly have blonde hair. And we are aiming to create an Indo-Norse culture from the very beginning. Okay, so maybe with the Tamil culture, but let me check the culture right now. Kanwaji, Kandira, Telugu. Yeah, let's call it directly Indo-Norse. Maybe some people might be prefer to call it Indo-Tamil and then merge it with the Gujari here, which are much more culturally related to the Norse than these guys here. The communal seafarers, parochial metal workers. On the other side, our Norse brothers, our Norse are bellicose and they're military minded, exactly like the Gujarites. Yeah, the Gujarat is basically the only ones in the whole of India, but that is a long way. It's a long way. Maybe if I will of course end up creating an Indo-Tamil culture here, right? Indo-Norse. I will call it Indo-Norse, definitely, because most of the game right now, maybe the next 8 to 10 characters, it will go that far. Perhaps I will be able to conquer it faster, but maybe the 8 to 10 characters will be Indo-Norse merged with the Tamil culture, and if we end up conquering the Gujarite culture, we'll just name it like Neo Indo-Norse or some stuff, some shit like that. Oh, come on. You still haven't conquered it. And look, now I'll have to chase him. I don't want to do that. Not many of my men died, but sizable. It's quite a sizable number of men. Yeah, they're within diplomatic range. I don't actually check whether they were in diplomatic range, but I'm pretty sure they weren't. So yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't too much of a bad decision to do it, to conquer southern Pakistan, to conquer this city. But now there's something always happens when I end up conquering this guy. Oh, I forgot to increase the tribal authority, but anyway, I become feudal in... I'm already feudal. Yeah, I'm already feudal. Anyway, I'm not gonna discover royal prerogative anytime soon. Yeah. Nah. It's all about the future of the game, but we don't really care whether we have only one Tamil. The thing is, we shouldn't really revoke his title, because I think that will reduce cultural acceptance. So the gameplay wise, the most sensible thing to do is to do a Varangian adventure of Chera, this region here. However, our old Drotin Haesteinn, the lustful but ambitious and greedy character. He's ambitious and he's greedy. Who is military minded? He's Norse. He's a Viking. Look here, Viking. He prefers the riches over the strategy. And which of the two duchies has the riches? Of course it's the Duchy of Pandya. Look at this. It's not even comparable. Like there is like Manhattan, and that's the other side of whatever New York City is. I'm not American. Well, what city is that? What's the other side? Manhattan and Bronx. I think that it's some shit like that. You know, Americans are ignorant of the rest of the world. They shouldn't get pissed off when we're ignorant of this little thing. I know every single country in almost the world. You shouldn't blame me for not knowing the difference between two cities. Oh, look at me. Now let a little bit of time to replenish. I don't think this will happen anytime soon. Yeah. I'm sorry, the danger faction. Would you come? Yo, it's from almost everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna abandon all of you guys, and I'm going to take Southern India. Bye bye. I'm finally free from Europeans. A new adventure begins now. Haesteinn to India. Let's begin it. The gift. Russians. Dude, I told you I don't want to have anything to do with you guys. Look, he even hates me. The gift? Nah, this gift is probably some poisonous shit. I won't accept it. Well, I guess I need to. I think Haesteinn in real life wouldn't have accepted it. Like, been like, he'd have, if the gift was brought by messengers or envoys, he would have chopped off their head and sent it back to the king. Just saying that, bye-bye, my guy. Anyway, you can't get me because I'm somewhere in around in the Indian Ocean right now. How did the gift go from France to the Indian Ocean? I guess it's just CK3 showing us how things went back then. Well, it's just thinking that Haesteinn right now is in Montague, just next to him. Nah, it's just a game. Maybe in 10 years we will have game that consider all of this stuff, but for now we should just be grateful about this amazing game. Now Rashar sent me a gift, a lavishly decorated box filled with gold. As I run my hands through the coins, I feel as if the room starts spinning around me, and my breath grows short. Oh, I was right. It was actually See? I hope I will not be killed before... Wait. Disrupt schemes. Do I have a better spy master? Because I'm getting really scared right now. I'm not ready to die. Let me at least conquer this first duchy and then this first duchy. As soon as I conquer it, I'm out of India. I'm out of Europe. This means that King Charles will not be within my diplomatic range. I hope I can do it fast enough. Oh, no. 17 months? I don't think this is the time for the pilgrimage. For a pilgrimage or for an event like that, but let's just read it. A prominent Muslim nobleman from afar is partaking in the Hajj pilgrimage, traveling through the Red Sea route, and is stopping through my lands. Okay. Some in my court suggest that I should host this man while he is here. Once he returns from his pilgrimage and travels back across the Red Sea, who knows what good things he might say about me. However, it is known that this man is something of a snob, with pretentious tastes. Ironic, isn't it, that he is on a pilgrimage and does not appear to show any humility. Now, because I'm a Muslim, I know a lot about it. And there's actually... yeah, it's represented in the game, but... yeah, it's explained quite well, so if you want to check it out, just play CK3, I guess, with the Muslim character. But basically, you have to enter for the amount of time the pilgrimage lasts, as soon as you reach Mecca, to... you have to enter in a state of ihram, where you should not even have... you should have kind of just stupid behaviors, degenerate. You shouldn't have bad thoughts, and lustful thoughts. You should abstain from anything carnal, and you should abstain from your desires. You should really be in monk mode during that period of time. And it's also considered quite a duty for all Muslims to be able to hold, but this guy, of course, is not a Muslim. He's far away, far away from that. he's a pagan. Yeah. And I have no interest in hosting such a pompous man. Of course, prepare magnificent feast in his honor. Now, if as a Muslim, I wouldn't have invited him, because if he's arrogant, then no, I don't like it. I don't like him. But this guy, he doesn't really care. Like being lustful and being greedy is not really considered a sin in their religion. So he wouldn't really consider it. He will just prepare the feast and expect this guy to speak well of him. Yeah. Oh no. 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 I need to finish him off and raid and oh, I hope I don't die. And then I need to siege the other cities. I hope I don't die from the other plot. Maybe I should just give away my land that is back there. Yeah, just increase. Yeah, I need to give away Montague. So that I will be out of the diplomatic range of this motherfucker. Honestly, King Charles the Bold, I hate him. Hate that man. Oh yeah, I need to change my capital. Yeah, I have another mod that lets you move the capital. Always move capital. I think it's even the name of the mod. Always move capital. And during wars you can do it. You can also do it multiple times in one lifetime. Yeah, it's quite good. So I make this primary, and I'm even above the holding limit, the Demesne limit. So it's good. Absolutely not to my son. You know what, Nicholas? Here, I let you reign over your brothers. Now leave me alone. And you, yes, you're Greek. Take it back. Is it him? No, it's not. Amalf? Whoa, his father. Yeah, it's actually quite a nice thing that I just did right now. It's quite a smart thing. Like, of course it would have come to you. You would have eventually inherited it. So it's kind of nice. You know what? Ellen Noble as well. Go away. I just hope that this guy inherits it back. Just conquers it back. It makes more sense. Because you're just a 56-year-old Asatru Greek woman. You're not gonna do anything here. Either you get conquered by the other Amazigh, or you die and this other Amazigh is gonna inherit your realm. Maybe you're gonna die in 4 or 5 years. I just hope I'm able to finish off that quickly here, because I'm in a very bad situation right now. I did not realize that it was so difficult to siege their capital. I didn't know it had such a high castle level. Ooh, yeah, it has bastion and ortain walls. Now this is gonna be amazing when we will own it, which we will totally. Oh, I just kept something, but I think someone tried to kill us, and we were miraculously able to evade that. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful for that. I was not ready to die exactly at that point, especially because we will not have our special units anymore, and I will have to restore this whole stream. I'm not ready to do that. at all. Nah. Okay. I think Haesteinn is more this-minded, so military-minded. He doesn't really care about strategy. He's a direct man. Oh, come on. Please. Childhood innocence. I was going about my business as I usually do, when out of the blue I suddenly recalled a memory from my childhood. More specifically, I recalled a toy I used to play with many times. I no longer possess it, but as I think back, I remember how that little thing brought me so much happiness. Yet now, as so much older, it feels as if I cannot enjoy such simple things in life anymore. As if I need more to stimulate my mind and body. You do need beaches, no? And you do have them. A really nice one. Let me check. Oh, I still don't have prisoners. Maybe I will get a nice, sexy Tamil woman after I finish the conquest. Yeah, I know. I'm exaggerating right now. I hope YouTube doesn't put down this video, because I really spent a lot of time and I'm tired right now. That is why as soon as Haesteinn dies, or maybe even before that, I will just stop the stream for the next video. It was really nice, but nah, I cannot spend 10 hours on this. Okay, it's better to be an adult even if I have lost my innocence. Yeah, I do think that this guy will think like this. Like I get to clap some chicks now. And I get to rule over people. His ambition and his lustful. Of course he will react like that. I hope. Ah, no, they won't. They are stupidly going back to the capital. An old woman passed away in Sonda recently through a humble villager. This beloved grandmother of all lived a very long time, more than a century, some claim. Of course. She was of a kind and virtuous temperament, and was also quite sharp and assertive, as she did her best to guide the community. She even received visitors from even local nobles from other villages nearby, seeking her wise insight. Regardless, there have already been claims that her spirit will bless this land for many years to come. Riki of Sonda. So it's some Pakistani old woman who probably likes to hug and kiss all young people, and she is really kind-hearted, and she might be even the stereotypical good grandma. I do think this grandmother will be sorely missed. I'm not sure whether the Vikings were cold-hearted or they didn't have a sense of family. I do think that every human being is just like that. Yeah, this grandmother will be missed. Rest in peace, grandma. The Greedy. Of course he got a new nickname, the Greedy. This fits perfectly. He's nah. Yes, I was finally able to do it, and I got money. Good. To the cocky Konungr Haesteinn, may wisdom ever elude you. You are much greater for than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. You better do, my guy. I beat you. I beat the shit out of you, and that's just the beginning. Haesteinn and his descendants will establish a mighty Holy Norse Indo Empire. If this was real life, just imagine how the culture would have been. Just imagine. Eventually, just like I said, I will create a hybrid culture, but I also want to create a new faith. Yeah, I will create a new faith. It would have been amazing if inside you could merge actual religions, just like you can merge actual cultures. I would have created a Hindu Norse, religion, but I guess I will just stick with this. Maybe in the future I will become a Muslim just for the memes and to make Indians even more pissed off than they are right now. That even the Norse are Muslims right now. These Muslims are not gonna leave us alone. That's how the average Indian nationalist speaks. Okay, so Marshall. Ooh, I got a nice one. Hopefully Haesteinn is still staying around. He will not die. Let's see who inherited Bufar. Of course, it's South Arabian. I don't have. What is this? Honestly, what is this culture? South Arabian? I never heard of it. And apparently they dress like Indians. What mod does it come from? Did an Indian do this? Did an Indian do this? That's the only question I can ask myself right now. Because that's pretty weird. Just South Arabian and he dresses like an Indian. Wow, that's weird. Anyway, let's go back to Haesteinn the Greedy. And Haesteinn the Greedy will do some conquering here. And he will take this duchy. Oh, yeah. Let's just wait a little bit. Unfortunately, I lost quite a lot of men at arms and the special soldiers. Yeah, a lot of them died during the previous wars, especially this war here. I think I should have conquered. I should have put the Casas Valley to conquer the Bull instead, because it ended up being a bloodshed, and I don't think I can recover quickly from this bloodshed. So in order to conquer this, the Dutch of Chera, who is ruled by a guy who has a funny name, Ko Kulachekara. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, I need mercenaries. Of course, I do have the money. That's a huge advantage of literally moving from northern France to southern India. Oh, it is my duty to inform you that there is irrefutable evidence has been unveiled proving that your marriage with Drottning Vigdis is consanguineous. When? People don't even know who our parents and grandparents are. How the fuck do you know? I guess he just invented it. This information will stay between the two of us if you end this unholy union at once. Of course, Holmger, or our marriage will not be torn apart by such an obvious lie. Okay, so there's 90% chance. There's a 90% chance that no one will believe him, but there's still a 9% chance that people will be like, no, you guys are brother and sister and stuff, and you guys shouldn't be together. Imagine Indians saying that, right? Yeah, I'll just go with this. I have an amazing intrigue skill apparently. I just hope the claim is indeed irrefutable. Oh, fuck. I'm incestuous. Haesteinn is known for having relations with relatives. Okay, but they just leave us get married, stay married right now? Oh, come on. Come on. How could you guys believe it? And how could I be so unfortunate that the 9% chance happened? Come on. Was it really 9% paradox? Are you sure about that? Wasn't it maybe like 40%? And it make me think that it's not. Anyway. Now, let's continue with our lustful, ambitious, greedy, and also incestuous man. Let's continue. Let's continue our conquest of India. But of course, because every invader uses locals in order to impose their rule on the other locals, we will use the Telugu band with a Shaivite Telugu. Although this is... Nah, to make it more historically accurate, you know what? We will use Tamils to conquer all the Tamils. Yeah. Here we go. You are in. Yeah, man, you should maybe make the war slower. Unless something really weird happens right now and I can't do anything about it. Where are you going? If you try to siege Madurai, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna do anything. The siege is gonna go easy peasy lemon squeezy. So there's nothing we should fear, except if they have allies. No, they don't. I hope they don't get any allies right now, because if not, they're fucked. If they do have an alliance, we are in a pretty bad situation. Oh, I should have I should have definitely taken that perk. You know, just like in real life, let's say just that Haesteinn committed a mistake and now he's having a half depression about it while he's busy in his harem full of French and Tamil women. It's just he's releasing some stress, quite literally. Ragnar. So I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child. With sufficient tutelage, even a child has displayed little pronatural inclination towards. How did you get skilled tactician when I literally forgot you existed and I did not? Oh, this playthrough, man. There's many things I forgot at the very beginning. It's because I'm not used to start a campaign where my son is already born and he's 6. Yeah. Well, at least he's quite decent. Even though if I taught him, wow, he actually got some amazing traits. He's brave. Yeah, I don't really like the cynical, but he's also diligent, and he's a skilled tactician. And now he's a forger. Like, man, we did not care about you, but you ended up quite good alone. That's a nice achievement. I clap for you, Ragnar. The omen. So a local mystic insisted on seeing me, and upon being brought into my presence, he started wailing. And is that blood on his hands? The signs are in your favor, my lord. I spilled the intestines of the hen. Oh, and the blood showed me your future. It is glorious. And I don't know whether it's Southern Indians of the time or if it's Norse people that used to do this, but man, you're disgusting. I wish I could just kick you out or execute you on the spot right now. What you did deserves to be you deserve to be executed for what you just did. It's so fucking disgusting. Well, thank you. Maybe Haesteinn will have reacted like that, I guess. Oh, how much time will it take for them? 2 months? Oh, it's okay. I can siege it back again quite easily. And I will meet them in battle, so it's quite good. Even though they will run away like cowards. Nah. Oh, you're finally pregnant. I see. I did ignore my own children, but I did not ignore what is most important in his life. I see you, Haesteinn. I see you. Naughty boy. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible right now, so I'm not really concentrated. See, and I even put the fastest game speed because I'm really not fully into it. At the beginning, I did not have the intention of doing the whole roleplay with Haesteinn. I wanted to do it with Ragnar Haesteinn's son, but meh. Oh, you guys hear this background Indian music? Now this is part of the Rice mod. So basically, depending on where you play, you will have different musics playing in the background. You can change that in the settings, but that's quite good. Like, yeah, we are playing in India. Expect some Indian music to be playing in the background. It's really good for immersion. Of course, you will not get the because that's Pakistani, but it's still quite good. Dagr. Now this is the worst thing that could have happened, and I shouldn't say that because it's my son that is just born. But oh, come on, why didn't you get a girl? That is not something that a man from the 9th century would have said. But honestly, right now I would have 100% preferred to have a daughter. This guy is 62. Yeah, he's lustful, and that's the, at least at the time, the men could have concubines. But meh, he did eventually have another son, which in his eyes it's actually quite good because he's spreading his genes, his own. He's making new little Haesteins that will carry on his legacy through the ages. But for us, it's gonna fuck up the succession, and we don't want that. So we will see how we will deal with you, little. Let's call him let's call him Skjoldr. Here we go. That's a cool name. That's a name you will give to the child of a concubine. Good. Who is it that we captured? We captured an Indian Jew. Good. Now execute him. Here we go. Guys, I'm not being anti-Semitic. I can't be anti-Semitic. This is not being anti-Semitic. It's just execute. You know what? I will go and execute all of the leaders of all of the prisoners that I just got, because this is gonna give me a lot of piety that I lost. Guys, I did not execute him because he's a Jew. I executed him because he's not pagan. Anyway. Oh no! No child. Behead. And behead. And behead. We all did it for the sake of Odin. Good. And now off with you as well. You go away. I don't care whether it will give me tyranny. I am already a tyrant. And I know you will not accept it, and that is why my troops are literally just waiting around the corner in your capital. So you might revolt, but you're not going far with this revolt. That's what I expected. A claim on Erana for months. Mahaman Dallas Vera Rachamala II? I think I will regret having those mods that give their actual names. Oh my god. Look at this name. At least I'm not American or German. I am or British. I'm able to pronounce it. I'm able to pronounce it quite decently, but still, it's it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to pronounce it. Mahamandalesvara Rachamala. Whoa. Okay, Purohit. What is a Purohit? Has been digging up spurious contracts and fabricated histories.
Now, oh, yeah, of course, that name. There's act as if all of them legitimate of Filki of Eranat. Where is Eranat? Where is Eranat? Where is Eranat? It's... Oh, it's here. Oh, come on, my man. You look ugly. You don't deserve to rule there. Go back to eating chicken biryani. I'm not being racist. I'm black. I was born with the N-word pass. I was born with it. You can't tell me anything. Okay, we'll finish sieging this down. I don't want to give off... Well, attempt my life again. We aren't even in diplomatic range. How were you able to do that? How? I'm certain to believe that this guy is actually a demon. He's in some mystical shit right now. He's speaking with Lucifer. How was he able to reach me in India? A noise like that of an assassin. How was he able to send an assassin from France to India in the 9th century? I know this is kind of possible, but still, just to... Oh, come on. Anyway, a noise like that of an assassin stumbling on a chamber pot pulled me out of my late night slumber. Spotting my would-be assailant, I shouted for my guards in a composed and manly fashion. As they arrived, a brief struggle ensued, resulting in the intruder's death. This was undoubtedly the work of that hysterical churl, Rashal. If there is something that could describe him, is exactly what you said, Haesteinn. Good, at least you're a real man. You shouted in a manly fashion. Yeah. Guards! Instead of guards, help me! I imagine. You make him regret that? Man, you're not even in his diplomatic range. How can you make him regret it? Bring some war elephants back next to the Alps, so that we'll be able to kill your distant cousin directly, who is technically still the Holy Roman Emperor, so the Emperor of Francia. But here it was correctly depicted as just being Italy, and he doesn't even have full control over this. Yeah, like the Carlings, as soon as Charlemagne died, were like, oh shit, well, we don't want to be united anymore. We'll just be greedy for power everywhere. And they eventually fell off. It's only Ludwig the German that started a little bit, but again his realm was divided between his two sons, and so I think it's only Otto the Great that was eventually able to re-establish the empire, and he was crowned Holy Roman Emperor. Yeah, history. And I revoke your title, and you're dead. Okay guys, I'm not... If you see all of... Like, you are able to see all of these execution methods, I could do it, but I don't think the sound that this guy will make, because it actually does sound, will allow me to post this on YouTube. Will probably get put down, yeah. So it's better just to behead him or hang him. Let's just hang him. See, listen. It did not make any noise, but you can clearly see he was put on a rope and, and everything happened. Now, I will create the kingdom of Tamilakam after I conquer these two. But before that, my little son Skjöldr will become my vassal. I have no choice. I have no choice but to accept. I don't want to disinherit him, because it's actually quite nice to have two sons here. Yeah. Who are the Cholas fighting with? Okay, so 2 years. Now I could just easy peasy conquer this little remnant of the Cholas, because the Cholas actually fled to Indonesia, and that is why some Indonesians are Hindus. Haesteinn is just a legend at this point. He will be remembered in this alternate reality. He will be remembered as a hero for the Indo-Norse in India, the founder of the Indo-Norse culture. Even though we will not eventually be. I forgot to start to increase cultural acceptance. However, I'm not sure we could do a lot about it right now. Not really. And I was. Yeah, our player here could be the steward. Makes sense. When I will eventually create the Indo-Norse culture, I will create some funny custom forms of address, like Marahayarl, a combination between Maharaja and Jarl. Yeah, that sounds nice. But this is a long way. Even though with the Norse you can create you can hybridize the culture when it's already 20 acceptance. For now we will not be able to do it. However, I already planned how it will be. So I imagine maybe the heritage will stay Norse, but we will speak the Tamil language. Of course, men only, because we can't change it. We will stay bellicose. Now the traditions. We don't really want to be metal workers, do we? And what is parochialism? Yeah, let's just put coastal warriors. I prefer the coastal warriors. I can't abandon that. The coastal warrior is literally what makes Norse. It's what lets you recruit the Bondi, the Vigmen, the Varangian veterans, the Huskars, and it makes the strong and hale traits more common. That's what makes the Norse characters Norse. Now the Shield Maiden. This is something only related to the Craven trait, the weak and women. It's not completely useless, but it's less interesting than these. I think maybe by the time we're able to hybridize the culture, who knows? Maybe by the next character or his successor, we will have enough to have a sixth slot. But anyway, at a certain point, we will add the northern stories, because we'll be able to do it because we'll have the northern heritage. Now the aesthetics will be just Indian, because we moved. It's okay, Indian. And the names Ingrefr and stuff, and Eranadar Kumanbika. Yeah, I like that. Indian, of course, because we'll be in India. Look at this. Look at this. Nah. Now, Dravidian or both? Yeah, both. Coat of Arms is both as well. Yeah. What do we do? We call it Tamila Nordron, or do we call it? Anyway, we'll do it later on. We're not able to do it right now. We'll also choose the color later on. Oh, we'll be able to discover 80 new things. Now that will be very beneficial for us and for our playthrough, because that will really help the whole in our whole campaign to conquer the entirety of India. Later on, when we'll be stabilized and create a kingdom here to secure succession, we'll just wreak havoc on India and raid the shit out of all those places. There's also this Nile river that can transport you all the way here, not so far from Delhi and all these other centers. It will actually be an amazing experience. Also, this lake here, look at this. You can raid the whole of Burma easily just with this lake. Wow. We'll have a lot of fun in this campaign. I guarantee you that we'll have a lot of fun. Good. Now we'll create the Chera Duchy and eventually one more county. 500. Aye. Okay. Okay, so as soon as the truce finishes in 19 months, we'll do this and create the kingdom. And right now I need to stop the playthrough, the episode, but maybe tomorrow or in 2 days. I cannot assure that this will be daily, nor will it be every 3 days. Maybe there will be times when there will be 2 videos in one day, even 3. One video that's 1 hour long, another video that's 20 minutes, depending. Yeah. Again, I'm not doing this for money, it's just for fun. So let's just wait for the truce. We'll form our kingdom and I will say bye bye to you guys. If you guys actually watched the whole playthrough on until this point, I'm really thankful, and it will really help me out if you subscribed and liked it. Again, it will just be a good motivation to continue, because I really like to share this wonderful experience with you guys. And we will easily... Oh, he was wounded. And I do not have a court physician, because I didn't need to all this time. But we'll have an average one. He's just a random guy. Oh no, but he's the one that... He is the one that said that I was having an incestuous relationship with my wife. Even though it's wrong, it's not true. So, nah. I will not let you be my court physician. You hate me, and I hate you too. Look, 55. Even though I don't know why I like you, somehow, but in reality I will hate you. I will hate your guts. So I prefer appointing my son, even though I know he's poor. He doesn't have a really... His skill in medicine is probably poor, but I still love him more than you. Yeah, living off the land. That will be really good for the raid. If we will be able to raid with him. Every now and then the sky of a Kongu turns several colors at once. Unnatural hues of purple, red, green, blue, pink, and more. This lasts for several hours. Such a strange phenomenon has been going on for many days, and what was witnessed throughout many settlements, as it could be seen for miles and miles. Though there were no known effects, many who witnessed it were bewildered. Neither the local scholars nor Hofgodar could explain what is going on. Guys, who knows? Maybe it's aliens. It's ancient astronauts. If you guys know that bullshit, you know what I'm talking about. Good. Now I will give you this that you will eventually inherit from me. No, I will not raise a runestone because I need the money to create. Oh, before that, I want to tell you guys that within my mod list there is the community flavor pack. So there's new amazing throne rooms. And look at this. This is amazing throne room for Eastern Africans. So they added a new one for Eastern Africans. This is just gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. It's epic. And they also added one for Africans, Western Africans. Now unfortunately none of them seems to be feudal, so none of them are using it. Oh, they also added one for Andalusians, which is the most beautiful one of all of the royal courts. Of the new royal courts, it's this. Just look at it. Look at this beauty. It's gorgeous. It's exactly how it was in Al-Andalus. They're actually able to really show how much influential and how captivating the culture that sprung there was, and how different it was from the Abbasid Caliphate. Because in the base game, Paradox just gave them the same royal court, which is very, very weird, because the two were arch nemesis and tried to be different in every ways and painted themselves to be different anyways, even though they were pretty similar in many aspects. I will not raise a runestone because I need as much money as I have. An area in Tagadur that lies between two small villages and is half a day's journey from one end to the other has been notoriously known in local folklore as the Zone of Death. Among other unflattering names, it is said that there are dark energies in this area that cause many unfortunate incidents. For instance, there are stories of unwary travelers passing through who drink the water or eat the food from there only to be cursed with sicknesses, unrecognizable to our doctors, that cause them to die weeks later. Many of us outsiders have paid little heed to such stories, as there are plenty of mysterious and dangerous places around the world, after all, but the rumors are now spreading, and even some mentions from afar avoid that area. I honestly don't know what to think about this. Like, our Norse will be like, I don't care about this Zone of Death, I will go there and slay whatever mystical creature there is inside of it. I should make to avoid traveling there myself, question whether it's really cursed, but who knows. Yeah, that's probably what Haesteinn will say. Oh, I like this circlet on his head. I did not really change his looks because I don't think I need to. Yeah, maybe when he will become a king, I might make him dress like an Indian. Yeah, choose the Indian dresses within the that are available. So make him dress not like this because they're naked. No, make him dress like this. Maybe even with the same crown. Who knows? Nah. Whoa. Oh, it's just one. Yeah, I imagine why you guys will revolt. I imagine. I don't even need to explain it. You viewers already know why they will revolt. They will be pretty pissed off, especially when you remember that they're very technologically advanced, they're very wealthy, rich, and just weird ass, tall, blonde, blue-eyed men come with long ships and enslave them. And now they have to call them Maharaja Haesteinn. You guys know what? Right now I'll do nothing for until I reach 500 gold. This means that I can already end the video here. So, well, stay tuned. Make sure to check out my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, the usual bullshit that YouTubers do and say. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, I just forgot to end that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, bye bye, you guys. Thank you if you watched till here.